Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be taking a look at a Bible from the mid-2000s that I had rebound recently. And this is what the Bible started out looking like. And in this video I'm going to show this starting product with a text block that's the same thing. It's the same Bible actually that was sent to a rebinder, and we'll get to look at the two in comparison with each other. I thought that would be really interesting for you to see a before and after. And as we look at this, one of the things I'd love to know in the comment section is what are the text blocks that are out there that you personally would love to have rebound for yourself? I think it's always interesting to hear what my audience thinks. But with that, let's take a look at the rebind of this mid-2000s Bible. Okay, so this is the Bible that I started with. It is a Zondervan NIV 84 edition. It was printed around 2005. And so one of the reasons I chose this is it was available on eBay and not very expensive for what it is. And the cover, as you can see, is very much a product of its time period, mid-2000s. Some of you may think that looks great. I didn't think it was the best looking cover, but the text block, I do want to show you, really has some nice things about it. And I think one of the things I just really like is this is just something you don't really see today. One thing is that it's printed in the United States of America, which I think is, nowadays very unique. Sometimes you'll see it, but not very often anymore. The other thing is this was at a time period when the TNIV was coming on the scene. So this was kind of like when the NIV 84 was starting to see its end. They were holding on to it for a while, but eventually the NIV 2011 came out. And the TNIV was alongside the NIV at this time, kind of as a stopgap measure, if you will, as they made transitions to the changes they wanted to make in the NIV. So there's that, but there's also, again, just the printing of this is unique, being a U.S. printing. And, as far as the style of the Bible itself, that's just a preference thing as to how people feel about the style in this. I do like the fact that it's a text Bible, so you don't have cross-references, which sometimes I like, but for teaching, just having with me to read, bring places, I really like a text format. It gives more room on the page for the text itself, and as you can see, that is a good-sized font. It's probably around at least an 11. Looking at it, it almost reads more like a 12 to me, but I would say an 11 is probably the ballpark of this. It does have footnotes at the bottom. So I chose this because I just thought, I'm kind of interested in collecting NIV 84 Bibles at this point because they are less common. It's nice to have good copies of them. And it just had some features that I thought were really good. The thing I wasn't so thrilled about was the cover, but the Bible itself on the whole is very nice. And even if it has this cover, it's not a bad Bible, just not my preference the way that looks. And also, Bible rebinds are great in general because it gives you the opportunity to take something that's just kind of a mid-range Bible or even a more economy Bible in some cases and really make it high quality. So this is what we're starting with. You also see the poetry here, what that looks like. And it's not line matched, but the paper is pretty good. Here you see some stylistic choices that, kind of are from that time period. So, when you look at NIVs now, they just have a different style to them with the comfort print. And that's just how it is, styles change over time. Here's the New Testament title page. And the red letter in this is actually pretty good. I was happy about that because if if I'm going to do a rebind, I want to have something that really is enjoyable to read, is good on the eyes. And red letter can be a problem sometimes, but this red letter was done quite well. And at the end of the Bible, you have a concordance and maps. So just, very basic large print thin line Bible. But that's what we're starting with. And here now is the new cover. And this is done by Scriptura Bibles. There's the box that it comes in. Beautiful two-piece box, packaged very nicely. I've done a review on one of their Bibles before, so you can just see a little bit more what they're all about. But one thing I loved is I felt like this Bible just already had a little bit of a rustic look. So I got a text block very similar, as you can see. And I think this rustic look with this kind of cover is just so fitting. And same ribbon, I didn't even have them change anything as far as the ribbons go. I thought it's just a basic Bible. I don't necessarily want it to look ornate. I just want it to be really high quality functional. So you go from this cover now to this high quality thick leather cover. You can see kind of that raw leather on the underside of the hide. I'm not really sure the technical name for that, but I think that would be the top grain there. So very nice thick piece of leather, paste down liner, but reinforced really well. I can tell just looking at that. You can see the reinforcement right there. So this now is really good quality. They do put their insignia on the spine, and you can even get printing on the front, which I've shown that before in another video. But I wanted this just to be straightforward, a simple rebind, simple, nice, clean looking Bible. So that's what we have here. And then color scheme, it really just fits. It's kind of that brown look, fits with what went before, but I think it's just a little bit more simple and nice looking with the genuine leather. And then I thought the inside of this just fit really well with that kind of cover. And as far as, how the Bible is now, it's very similar. Maybe at first it's not going to lay quite as flat as what we had before. But this one, this was broken in. This was used. So this one here, it's still doing pretty good, being that it's a new rebind. And I think if we kind of flatten it out here and then go to the beginning, I think you'll see it lays pretty flat, even here toward the end of Genesis, it's staying open pretty well. And I think as it's used more, it's going to lay pretty flat. I'm at the beginning of Genesis, and it's just closing a little bit. So when you have a rebind, sometimes, it takes a while to break it in, but this right off the bat is quite good as far as how flat it lays. So it's not super tight. And, really this is something that I want to be able to put on a desk or on a pulpit and just be able to read from it very easily. And I think Scriptura did a fantastic job with this. Again, same text block as what we saw before, but now with this really nice cover. So they do have different shades, but really this is the kind of leather you're going to get with their Bibles. And it's just, as I said, kind of a very rustic look. I will tell you, it has a very strong leather smell. My wife actually was telling me that one day she was in our bedroom and smelled something very strong. She thought maybe something was burning even, is the way that her brain was telling her it smelled. And then she realized it was this Bible. She just being in the room with this leather definitely, made an impression on her mind. She noticed some sort of a smell. But it is actually, in my opinion, a very good smell. She just didn't know what it was at first. So I just really love the way this turned out. I think it's a great idea if you are looking for a nice quality Bible. You can see the red print in this is done very well. It's probably even a little newer text block, pretty much unused. You can get things like this on eBay, and then have it rebound so that you can have a unique text block that maybe is just not something that's being printed today, printed in the United States of America in this case. Just a nice large print NIV 84. You're not going to be able to buy that in a store, but to get something that originally was fine, but maybe not the best looking Bible, not the greatest material cover build, now you have really good materials. You have really a high quality Bible now with that unique text block. So that's a look at this beautiful, nice, simple, in a way, simple looking rebind by Scriptura Bibles. And if you have any questions or comments about this rebind, I would love to see that in the comment section below. Thank you so much, though, for watching this review brought to you from a First Perspective.